So we can also use the Bootstrap framework to improve the look of this page by making these buttons look a little bit better, and we can also space things out a little better. So let's go over here, and the file that we need to make this all look good is under app, and then views, and then posts, and there's this index.html.erb file, okay? Not any of the other ones, just that one. So double click that, and then right here, you'll notice these are some of the pieces of code that generate this file right here. So let's go ahead and start up our server. So Rails S and then BIP and P for port. And again, if you're not really following and not really understanding these lines of code, don't worry, I'm just giving you a sense of what it feels like to dabble with the Rails framework here. Okay, one thing we can do is, since we have imported Bootstrap right here, we can just say class, set that equal to table, just like that. And if you save it and then go over here and refresh, once your server is running, you'll see now it's spread out a lot better for us. It looks a little bit like a table as opposed to just a blog, but we could go in there and remove those lines if we wanted to. Now let's make these buttons look a little better. So the way the Bootstrap website works, and you're going to learn this all later, is if you go to getbootstrap.com, their website will change over time, but what you can do is look at examples of their code here, right? For example, they've got these buttons that look like this, okay, which would take many lines of CSS code to write out by hand. But then if you just follow these examples, you will get the look that they show right here in those examples, okay? And they have colorful buttons as well. So let's make use of some of those right now. So what we'll do is go over here and we'll make these links look like buttons by just adding a comma right here after the word post in this show link. And we'll just say class, colon, and then in single quotes, right in here, make sure you have your opening and closing single quotes. We'll say btn space btn-info. Okay, if we save the file, okay, and pause your screen if I'm moving too fast, we go over here and we refresh, there now these show links look like pretty cool buttons with the rounded corners and the flat UI look that's kind of trendy. And then we'll do the same for these edit and delete links right here. So right here at the very end of the link, we add a comma, then we say class, and then in single quotes we'll say button, and this time we'll use btn-warning. Okay, and then for this last one, for the delete button, we'll make that red. So we'll say comma at the very end, and then we'll say class, and then right here in single quotes we'll say btn, and then btn-danger. Just like that. So make sure your line looks like that right there. Okay. So we just added these class chunks right here to the end of these three links with a comma before them. So if I save the file, we go back over here and we refresh. Now we've got nice looking buttons for all of our blog posts. And then we can also change this link right here as well into a button. So we'll go down back to our code, find that link. So you scroll down to the very bottom, and right there, again, we add a comma and then class. And in single quotes, this time we'll say btn and then btn-primary. Just like that. And if we save the file, go back over here and refresh, there, it looks a lot better. Now, what about the form, right? So if we click this, we're taken to this form right here, but this looks pretty ugly right now by default. So Bootstrap makes forms look really good. Okay, if you click on their form examples, they'll show you get this nice blue glow, these rounded corners. So let's make that happen for our form. If we go back over here, we can find our form in this same folder where it says _form. So if you double click that, what we can do is if you scroll down right here where you see these form fields, right here next to that word field in the class, we'll say form-group. This all comes from the Bootstrap website, and you're going to learn all about this. But I'm just showing you to save you some time. We'll do the same thing here for this one, form-group. And the last one as well, form-group. And then for the actual form field right here, we'll do a similar thing we did with the buttons. We'll do a comma and then class, colon, and in single quotes, we'll say form-control. And I'm just going to copy all of that from the comma to the last quotation mark there and do the same thing for this body part. And if we save all of that and then we go back over here and refresh, you'll see now we have these mobile responsive form fields, okay, with this nice blue glow rounded corners. So we already improved the look of the site quite a bit with just a few lines of code. And that's the benefit of using frameworks like Bootstrap. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut down our server right here, Control C, and I'll see you in the next video.